Alright, certified gang. So most of you guys obviously are football players. We all love football. All of you know that with playing football comes a lot of risk. There's always a risk of getting injured. You know what I'm saying? And not just regularly injured, like seriously injured, life-changing injuries can happen in the sport of football. But if you love football, you really don't be thinking of all that when you playing and stuff like that, bro. You just love the sport. And that's how I am, you feel me? And I'm pretty sure that's how a lot of you guys are, you feel me? But I do get a lot of subscribers that hit me sometime and they're like, hey man, I had a season-ending injury, or I had an injury and the doctor said I may not be able to play again, and just different things like that, bro. And I don't know if a lot of you know, but I had a very serious injury that almost ended my entire football career. So in today's video, I will be telling you that story, and hopefully this story right here helps you guys know how to deal with these, major injuries and stuff like that. What's good, certified gang? It's your boy Keiko, and I'm back with another video. Welcome back to More Than Football. This is football from a semi-pro football player's perspective. Injuries, they kind of come with football. We kind of all know about that when we sign up, when we, sign to go play college football, NFL, all of that. You know what I'm saying? That's something that we know. Every day that you get to play football and that you're healthy, thank God for that, man. Because you could be injured at any second, man. I thank God for being healthy right now and everything like that, and I just ask and pray for him to continue to keep me healthy and keep me safe, and it's the same for you guys. Some of you guys already kind of know about this injury. I've talked about it before, but some of you don't, because a lot of y'all are new subscribers. So I'm about to tell y'all the story of the injury that almost ended my career, and it still affects me to this day, you feel me? So leave a like down below, subscribe to the channel if you're new, follow me on IG, get straight to it. Alright, so to give you all a little background on this story, this takes place when I was at Indiana State University. A lot of y'all that may not know, I did walk on to a Division I team, Indiana State University in Terre Haute, Indiana. When I walked onto the team, I really surprised a lot of coaches. Like, some of the coaches ended up really liking me and everything like that. And I was at the top of the world, man. I had achieved one of my big dreams, and that was to, not only play college football, but be at a D1 school. So at this time, this was around like spring ball. I know that in high school, not every state has spring ball, but once you get to college, pretty much every college has spring ball. And this is the time where you guys can, really practice with each other and just fine tune your football skills getting ready for the fall, the next season, you know what I'm saying? This was my first spring ball ever, because when I was back in Indiana and I went to like Fisher's High School in Lawrence North, we didn't have none of that spring ball stuff. Like I said, spring ball had been going decent, at least for me. Being a walk-on, it was going decent. I had surprised some of the coaches. Some of the coaches was telling me, man, if I just got better and refined some skills, I could be doing this. I could be actually playing and different things like that. It was a grind, being a walk-on and everything like that, but I was willing to do it, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie, throughout this time going through spring ball, there would be times where I had bad practice, there'd be times where I had good practices. You guys gotta stop, trying to be perfectionists, you know what I'm saying? I know you guys wanna be perfect and you wanna be great every single time, but there's gonna be days where you have bad practices, and I had bad practices, you feel me? But anyways, at this particular time, spring ball was coming to an end. I was healthy pretty much throughout all the spring ball. I didn't really have no crazy injuries. I may have had a few little nagging things here and there, but that just happens in football. And it was time for the spring game. Now, a lot of y'all, if y'all don't know what a spring game is, basically in college, it's basically where, like, we play against our own team. So the ones on offense go against the ones on defense, or the ones on offense go against the twos on defense, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? It's basically a way that they get to evaluate skill, like for the coaches and anything like that. And then also you get to evaluate yourself to see where you at, you know what I'm saying, to see what you need to work on before it's time for training camp. And man, I was excited, man. At the time, like, Indiana State is in Terre Haute, Indiana, but I'm from Indianapolis. So at the time, my parents were probably like 2 hours away. So this was really like the first time that they could come see me play football since high school, you know what I'm saying? So I was pretty excited for this, I'm not gonna lie. And I was dating this girl at the time. I don't know, that don't really mean nothing, and I don't got nothing to do with the story, but I was dating this girl, and she was gonna come to the game too. So I was just really excited, man. So the day of my injury, I really don't even remember the exact date. I wish back then I was more of a person that, like, kept like dates and pictures and stuff like that, but I ain't start being like that till later. This specific day, it was cool. I had a couple classes. I think it was on a Friday. I had a couple classes like earlier in the day, and then we had to be at the stadium at a certain time. We go into the locker room at Indiana State, and they had like our actual game jerseys like hung up in our lockers. And at the time, I was number 34. I know it's an ugly number, But I was a walk-on. They give the walk-ons the ugly numbers, you know what I'm saying? I just remember taking a picture of the jersey and stuff like that, and I was like, wow, this is hard. I still got the picture on my phone. If so, I'll put it on the screen. I was just so excited, so hyped. I remember the bros, the homies, and one was named Antonio, the other Vendarius. They was walk-ons with me. They got their jerseys, and we sitting there taking pictures. We hype as hell, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, we get ready like any other practice, man. We put on our stuff. We put on our jerseys, and I got a picture of me, like, you know, suited and booted for that day. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Being a walk-on, bro, they gave me the bucket helmet and everything like that. They ain't give me no Revo speed, nothing like that. But anyways, it was just pretty much like any other practice, but now we were having a spring game, kind of like a scrimmage. Time to go out on the practice field. Usually, you know, I was one of the first people out there, and me and my friend Vendarius, we would throw the ball back and forth to each other, you know, play a little catch and get ready. And then, you know, everybody else came out. You know, we getting our stretches and everything. We get loose. See my parents over there in the stands. I say, hey, I see my girl in the stand. You know what I'm saying? I had to put on for shawty. I had to, you know what I'm saying? I had to represent, you heard me? Warm-ups and everything was normal. I was feeling great. I was feeling fine, right? And I was feeling hyped. So I wanted to really put in a lot of effort into what I was doing. So, you know, they had the music playing and everything like that. So after we get on with regular warm-ups, we just split off into our positions. And I played cornerback. I still play corner right now. We go to our corner coach, and, you know, we're doing ball drills. We just doing ball drills, working on catching. Then we start working on breaking, bro. Y'all gonna be like, bro, this is crazy. All we were doing was backpedaling and breaking at a 90-degree angle. That's all we were doing. But I told you my family was there. Told you my girl was there at the time. So I was like really hyped. I really wanted to put my full effort into these warm-ups, like really getting ready, you know what I'm saying? So I look, you know, this is all I've been working for. As I do the back pedal, right, I'm backpedaling. And as he says break at the 90-degree, I put all my force into my left foot. I'm talking about all my force, right? And as I break, I just hear this noise, like something just like snapped, like broke or like ripped or something. It was weird, bro. I thought my cleat like ripped or something. Like that was the noise that it sounded like, you know what I'm saying? So I break, he throws me the ball, I still catch it. But once I break, I know something instantly is wrong with my foot. Oh shoot, and I get to limping. You know what I'm saying? It's a pain I never really felt before. And I'm still trying to like walk. And I'm like, oh shoot, you know what I'm saying? And my parents in the stands and everything like that. It was just like one of them things where you know in your head that something is completely wrong. But then again, you're in your head and you're like, nah, bro, like nothing can be wrong. Like you don't want nothing to be wrong. You know what I'm saying? This was a spring game. Literally the last spring practice. All I had to do was get through that practice and, you know, I'd be fine. And then I would come back for training and be fine. You know what I'm saying? Who knows what my life would have been like if that never happened to me. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I don't really regret it now, but just at the time, that's what I would think. So, you know, as I'm trying to walk, I'm like, nah, something's 100% wrong. You feel me? So, I go to the trainers. I didn't even tell my corner coach. I just go straight to the trainers, and I go up to the trainer, and I'm like, I think I broke my foot. So they sit me down. We take my cleat off, and they check out my foot and everything like that. And it didn't really swell up at this point or anything like that. So they were kind of like, oh, they think it's plantar fasciitis or something like that. They didn't think it was nothing too serious. I knew it was something serious because my shit never felt like this before. I kid you not, they give me some ice. I sit on the bench and people was like, you straight? Like, what happened to you? And I was like, oh, no, like, bro, something wrong with my foot or whatever. And, you know, my parents in the stands and my dad's disappointed in me, you know, because they came to see me, you know what I'm saying? And honestly, this bothered me, bro. Because it's like, damn, they came to see me, you know what I'm saying? After one of the trainers tells me to get a boot and then come back to the training room the next morning so you can get some x-rays just so we can see like what's going on with it, you feel me? My pops was calling me soft. He was saying I'm soft, I shouldn't play football, I'm not really hurt, you know what I'm saying? It's something simple, not nothing crazy. And you know, that hurt because it's like, dang, bro, like something for real is wrong. But he don't think nothing's wrong with me, you feel me? He just think I'm being soft, you feel me? So boom, that Monday comes around, and the training staff, they actually take me to a doctor like an hour and a half away. Get my foot x-rayed by this like specialist, and they give me instant results. After the x-rays, me and the trainer that had brought me, we was just sitting in the room waiting for the doctor, and the doctor finally comes in. And, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, what's going on? And he was like, okay, so what we have here, and he showed me the x-rays. He was like, right here is your bone, and as you can see right here, there is a disruption or something. That's what he called it. You know, I ain't no damn doctor. I don't be knowing, but he said there's a disruption right here between your big toe bone and this bone right here. And that's called your Liz Frank. And I don't know exactly what your Liz Frank is, but a lot of NFL players have had this injury. I think Cam Newton just had that. I think Marquise Brown had a Liz Frank injury. But basically, it's kind of like a fracture, basically. Basically, my big toe bone, and I'll show you all the x-rays, but basically my big toe bone, this bone right here, down where like the joints are and stuff, there's something that connects those two together so you can support weight, cut, and do different things like that. So once he told me that, I was like, oh damn, like what does that mean? Like, does that just mean like I'm out like a few weeks or something like that and I'll be fine for the summer? Like what's that's going on? He was like, well, unfortunately, this type of injury requires surgery. And the recovery process is about 6 months, 6 to 9 months actually. And you know, once he told me that, I was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Not only was I right about something seriously being wrong with me and wrong with my foot, but 6 to 9 months, are you serious? I'm a walk-on, bro. Their strings are already like quick with a walk-on. They'll cut you off quick as hell, you feel me? So I'm a walk-on, dog. Like 6 to 9 months, this can't be happening to me, for real, for real. It requires surgery, bro. And not only surgery, just 2 surgeries, bro. I'll show you all the scars on my foot. It required the first surgery where they had to cut open my foot and then put screws in it, and those screws had to stay in my foot for like 6 weeks or something like that. And then they had required a second surgery so they could take the screws out. I never had like a major surgery or anything like that. I was kind of nervous, but not really. I knew, you know, the doctors, you know what I'm saying, they knew what they was doing. But the thing I was the most worried about was like, damn, bro, I'm not even gonna be able to do training camp or none of that, bro. I'm gonna be out this next season. And I was just sad. I remember at this point I was sad, dog. I remember calling my parents and let them know. And you know, my dad never really apologized for saying I was soft or anything like that. But you know, it did end up being something serious. And you know, I remember just being down, bro. Like I had worked so hard to get on this team. Now I'm hurt, and now I can't even, you know, show my talents and get better and everything like that. And I had to have surgery, man. But you know, I had surgery, and my foot was swelled up like a mug. They put me in like this boot. I had to keep on icing it. It was like this thing that you put in the boot that ices it. I couldn't put any pressure on that foot at all, so I had to like either use crutches or a scooter and anything like that. I was working at the time. This was summertime, so I had to make some money. I was a broke college student. I ended up getting the stitches out. Once I got the stitches out, I still couldn't put no weight on it for like 6 weeks. And then after 6 weeks it went up, then I could finally like walk with the boot on, but I can't walk without it. And I was walking with the boot, and that shit was weird as hell to being able to walk again. This is a whole process. And that's the thing, man. Y'all with these major injuries and everything like that, bro. I know it's easy to get down on yourself, and it's easy to tell yourself like, you know what I'm saying, like, damn, bro, why this had to happen to me? But things happen for a reason, and you just got to keep on pushing yourself and keep on, you know, knowing what that end goal is going to be. Time progressed. Obviously, the summer was over with. I think at this point I was still walking with the boot on, and it was time to go back to school. And I still wanted to help out the team in any way I could. There was even a point where I started doing the team's laundry, bro. And I know a lot of y'all may make fun of me for that shit, but like there was a point where I was doing that because I just loved football so much. I love this team so much, man. I wanted to show y'all that I was about this team, bro. Indiana State football, bro. It was really depressing for me. You know what I'm saying? It hurt my pride a lot because I'm a man washing another man's shit, bro. Dirty shit. They just handing this shit to me and I'm washing that shit, you know what I'm saying? But I did it. Then it came around time for me to finally get out the boot, and I could put on a shoe. But in the shoe, I had to put this little plate in so my foot can't like flex too much or something like that. I had to get surgery again. I had surgery to get the screws out. And, you know, I did that. A couple weeks later, I started being able to do some little rehab stuff with the trainers and everything like that. But yeah, I basically had to like, you know, get my foot strong and everything like that again and do what I needed to do, man. But once I started being able to walk and everything like that, I wasn't running or anything like that, but I was lifting, I was doing what I needed to do. Eventually we started progressing and like running again, you know, catching the ball. And eventually as I kept working, I ended up being able to return back and start, you know, working out and doing things like that. Unfortunately, y'all know how my story goes, man. I ruined that opportunity by getting arrested and going to jail. And, you know, that's how that happened. You feel me? And the reason I say that this injury almost ended my entire football career is because after I got arrested, got kicked off of Indiana State, and I went to COC out here in California, the injury was still bothering me. The injury was still bothering me because I never really finished my full rehab or anything like that. And then to this day, this injury still affects me, bro. And it's more like a mental thing. My foot doesn't really hurt any much more. My foot don't really hurt too much more. It's just more like a mental thing. Like I'd be scared to plant, again on it because, I know what happened last time. You feel me? So it's just a mental thing. And as for those of y'all that deal with major injuries, bro, it's always a mental thing. So I just pray that y'all get over that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm still trying to get over that to this day. And this shit happened in 2017. So that was my major injury. Before all that, in high school, I've had concussions. I've, twisted my ankle, had ankle sprains and stuff. But this is my first injury that I had to have surgery, man. So, like I said, man, to be able to play football, it comes with its risk. You know what I'm saying? And we all know this. It's always it's always known that you could get hurt. You know what I'm saying? So thank God every single time that you guys are on that field. And I thank God for letting me be healthy now and just giving me an opportunity to still play. So just be thankful, be grateful. And for those of y'all, if you're going through an injury right now, a season-ending injury, shit, even a career-ending injury, man, just know that, like I said, you're more than football, bro. You're more than this sport, and you can get through it. I promise you. You know what I'm saying? God has something better for you. If your career gets ended due to injury, man, God has something better for you. That's pretty much the end of this story. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Follow me on IG. And this is More Than Football, dog.